Hi everyone, it's Eleni and I'm back with another video to teach you how to learn Korean. If you haven't watched my video on tips to learning Korean, it's up here in a link at the top and I will link it down at the bottom. Go watch it, pick up some tips, learn Korean. I am here to help you on your journey as much as I can. And today we're going to start where I started and where I tell you to start in my tips, which is the Korean alphabet. So you guys need to go grab a pen and a piece of paper, or what is better actually is, and let me clear my whiteboard, is if you have a whiteboard laying around, these are really helpful. Whiteboard, expo marker, grab one of these. I use these all the time, but if you want to start a journal, that's great. That's another tip. But for today, I'm just going to use this and my expo marker, and I'm going to teach you the Korean alphabet. So let's get started. Just like the English alphabet, there are consonants and vowels. So Korean alphabet also has consonants and vowels. The Korean alphabet has 14 basic consonants and 5 double consonants, which makes a total of 19 consonants. The vowels get more difficult, but there are 10 vowels, basic vowels, and there are 11 compound vowels, and those make a total of 21 vowels. So we have 19 consonants and 21 vowels. So today we're going to learn the 14 basic consonants, and then we're going to learn the 10 basic vowels. As a beginner, I think you should always start with the basics. So we're going to start with the basics, okay? All right, so we're going to start at the top and then we're going to go all the way down, just like you would in the English alphabet when you're learning it. First consonant is 기역. Okay, so 기역 makes a G or a K sound, depending on who you ask, but I think it's closer to the G sound. Depending on the placement of the 기역, and we'll talk about placement later, but depending on the placement of the 기역 can make closer to a K sound, so be wary of that, but really it's closer to this G, hard G sound, like in gun or girl. Okay, so gun, girl. The second consonant is 니은. 니은. 니은 makes the N sound. 니은 makes an N sound. And so a lot of people say that 니은 looks like a nose, so that's how you can easily remember it. Honestly, I'm very bad at those kind of things, so I just remember it based on just by, I don't know, I guess you just kind of, after you stare at it for a while, it gets stuck in your memory. So if you want to remember it as nose, that works too, because it looks like a nose. But, you know, if that's not your thing, you know, that's fine too. So, 니은. Next consonant is 디귿. 디귿. 디귿, as you may have already figured out, makes a D sound. D. 디귿. So, door, draw. 디귿. Pretty simple so far. If you have any questions, leave them below and I will answer them. Comment, like, subscribe as usual. Number 4 is 리을. Okay. And 리을 is a little bit tricky because it can make an L sound or an R sound. But because I'm teaching you as for beginners, just memorize it as an L sound for now, and then later on you will see where it makes an R sound, but mostly L. So just remember it as L. 리을. Okay. The next consonant is, okay, 미음. 미음. And I'm sure you guys have already guessed, this makes like an M sound, like mom and Mary. So 미음. 미음. The next one is 비읍. 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 Okay. And it makes a B sound, like in bad or boy. So the next consonant is 시옷. Shield makes a s sound. S. It's not s. It's s. It's the hard, like the stronger s sound, if that makes any sense. So that's shield. And again, I'll say s, but remember, this, take it with lightly. It's not that exact s sound that everybody thinks it is. Moving on. This is my favorite vowel. Iung is my favorite vowel. It looks like a horrible iung. Iung is my favorite vowel. That's even worse. Iung. Iung has no sound of its own. So you just, whatever vowel follows it is the sound that you would make. And the only sound, and I guess that's kind of not really a lie. The only sound that it does have is when it's in the bottom position here. When it's at the bottom position, it has an NG sound. So, ung. So that's the only time it has a sound, but usually when it's by itself at the beginning of a word or at the top, it has no sound. So I will go over that again when we go over vowels, but right now just know that it has no sound unless it's at the bottom. If it's at the bottom, it makes an NG sound. Okay? Then we move on to jiut. Jiut makes a J sound, as you probably have already guessed, like jimin. Jiut makes a J sound. Okay, it's not as strong as a J, I will say, but it's still a J sound. So don't put too much emphasis when you say the J sound. Then we have chiut. Oh, I almost forgot how to write it. Chiut makes a CH sound, like in chair or in cheese. Chiut. Okay. Pretty easy to remember. And all you're doing to what we just did, the chiut, you're putting a little hat on it, and then it becomes chiut. Okay? Chiut. Now, you have definitely seen this before, but this is cute. Okay, and this makes a K sound. It makes a k sound. So when Koreans laugh in text, they say right? That's the cute sound. So they use that, and that's like ha 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 LOL basically. Then we move on to, and this is number 12. This is 티귿. Okay, 티귿 makes like a T sound, like in tan or top, t sound. Okay, and then it's called a piup. So you can probably guess what sound it makes, and that is, of course, a P sound, like in path or part or pay. Piup. And finally, this is the last basic consonant, and it is hyut. And you can write it like this. You can write it like how I wrote it, okay? And that is he, okay? And it makes an H sound like in hat or in help, okay? So we're going to write all these down again before we move on to vowels. You've got 1, 기억, 니은, 디귿, 리을, and then, I don't know if you can see this, yes you can, 미음, 미음. Now we've got 비읍, then we've got 시옷, then we've got 이응, 9, we've got 지읒, 10, we've got tiut, and then Let me move this over. 11, we've got cute. 12, we've got tigut. 13, we've got piup. And finally, 14, we have hyut. Okay, so those are your 14 consonants, and we're going to move on to vowels now. So let's clear our boards, and let's get on with the vowels. I'm going to teach you only the simple vowels today, and then we're going to go again. We're going to go into the more difficult vowels in another video, because I do want you guys to make some words together and practice before we move on to the more difficult vowels. So again, 10 vowels first, simple vowels, okay? And these are, well, let's start here. This is ah, ah. Okay, so ah, ah. Very simple, and that is the sound it will make all the time. So this is what is easy about Korean, or at least that's what I found about that's easy about Korean. If you've ever studied English, you've probably noticed this, but our vowels are psycho and they make all sorts of sounds. But in Korean, for the most part, there are some that are a little bit interesting or different in sound, but for the most part, whatever sound I just teach you right here is going to be the sound that you will use when you use that vowel. Okay, they don't change much. So that was ah. This is ya. Ya. Pretty simple. This is all. And then when we put double lines is yo. Yo. It's not yo, this is yo. This is really simple. This is E. Looks like an I, but it's an E. E. And this is O. O. Yo. Yo. U. 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 You. You. And I put you as in like you, right? Because it's easy to remember that way, but it when you speak it, it does sound like you, like you, like you, that person. And if you write in Konglish, like you is literally you. That means you in Konglish. And finally, this one's the hardest one for people to get the pronunciation of, I've noticed, but it's used often, so I think you guys should definitely learn how to pronounce this. But this is It doesn't really have a sound. It's really weird, but it's hard to pronounce. Okay? And those are your vowels. So I'm going to write them down, and I'm going to write them in a different order so that you guys can see, because obviously when we make Korean words, like when I wrote Hangul, right? You guys know, and for most of you might know, that they're supposed to fit in this like box, right? So the way words work is in Korean is, if this is your box, there are vowels that go to the side, and there are vowels that go, there are vowels that go at the bottom. Okay, so we're going to separate the vowels based on where they go. So let me put this to the side here so you guys can have it. Okay, and okay, so 1 through 5 are vowels that go to the side. So I'll keep that here. These are vowels that go on the side, right? So when you write your consonant, you write your consonant and then you write whatever vowel you want to write after. So these are the side vowels. So that was ah, then ya, then we have all, y'all, and e. And then 6 through 10, so this is pretty actually simple. 6 through 10 are the ones that are at the bottom, like these kind of vowels. So let me put that up here so that people can see that. So these are the ones that are at the bottom. These are down vowels or bottom vowels, whatever you want to call them. O, yo, u, you, and okay, so we're gonna make some words now, and I'm gonna make the words and I want you guys to see if you can figure it out before I say what it is, okay? So we have piup, nian, right? So we know this makes a B sound, an sound, an N sound, N, right? So what do we have here? We have ba, na, banana, right? But in Korean it's banana, banana. Let's do another word. This is nian, makes an N sound. Piup, makes a B sound. E, nabi, which means butterfly. Pretty simple, right? So as long as you guys memorize the alphabet, then you'll be able to basically read any Korean word that is out there. Obviously, we did not go into compound vowels today, but we will in another video. 시옷, 지읒, 사자, 사자 is lion. Okay. This is something that some people have probably heard a lot of. 기억 makes a G sound. 지읒, 가자. Let's go. This is, again, piup, makes a P sound. E, 지, makes a J sound. Pizza, pizza. Pizza, pizza. In Korean, it's not like the z sound that we make with the double Z's. It's pizza, pizza, with the J, pizza. Hit makes the H sound, nian, hana, one, like the number one, hana, hana. 티귿 makes a T sound. This is a bottom vowel, right? 오, 토, 토. 리을 makes an L or an R sound. In this instance, it makes an R sound. And 토르, Thor. 토르. Toru is Thor. Okay, as in like Thor, like Avengers Thor. So. Alright guys, so these are your consonants and your vowels. These are the 14 simple consonants and your 10 simple vowels. And we will go over the double consonants and the compound vowels in another video. But I wanted you guys to get a hold of the simple consonants and simple vowels and go and practice. Practice makes perfect. I truly believe that. And practicing is very important when learning a language. So I hope that this helped you guys. And if you guys, if you need to see this more, I'll put all the consonants and vowels at the bottom with more explanation. So look at the info for that. And stay tuned for the next video where I will teach you the double consonants and the compound vowels. So thank you for staying with me for this long. I know it's been a long video, but I hope you guys had fun. Check out our other videos, like, subscribe, tell your friends, anybody who wants to learn Korean, share it on Twitter, whatever you need to do. Let's learn Korean together, guys. Happy learning. Bye.